Hey there you guys, it is me, Random Josh, and I'm back again with another face mask Friday. I'm kind of dead at the moment. So as you can see, we are actually doing a makeup tutorial. My hands are completely messed. But if you want to see how I achieved this look, it's a bit crunchy, but hey ho. If you want to know how I achieve it, then stay tuned, because it's coming now. So, to begin this look, we're actually starting with a white eyeliner pencil. You can use whatever one you've got available, and you just want to trace out the kind of drips that you would like to have. Just so that the white eyeliner is easier to like wash off and rub off and blend through as well. So then you want to just apply some foundation of your choice, just to get throughout the skin, and I'm using a quick brush just to get in the big areas. And now actually coming in with a small detailer brush, and this I'm using just to get into all those fine little nooks and crannies that we're going to be having, because drips are thin and mine are thicker than normal, but I just wanted to make it a little bit easier for myself, and this is actually the first time I did this makeup, so you know, excuse the crazy mess that we make. So yeah, just touching up with that detailer brush, making sure that all of those little drips have some foundation in and that it is blended nicely. So now just jumping into the concealer, just, you know, over the under and over the eyes, just to make it work. And now some bronzer, because just to complete this, you know, glamorous kind of half face look, I want to just add a little bit of bronzeness to the skin. And now the eyebrow. I can't say eyebrows because it is only one brow that is getting done today. So using the spoolie brush and dip combination just to get a bit of a deeper, darker brow there. So here we're just actually packing on a nice light beige base, just using a normal packing brush, and now actually going in with a fluffy brush and just defining that crease with a slightly deeper beige colour. So this we're going to call our medium shade, and this is going to be our darker shade, and this is just a more, I always call it a taupey colour, but it's actually kind of a deeper brown there. And now going in with a pencil brush and just taking that medium shade underneath the eye and connecting it up with the top. And now we're actually taking a angled blending brush there with again that medium shade and just blending it all out to marry it all together. And now my favourite bit of all time, mascara. I always mess this up, but I think I actually achieved a fairly decent eye for this, especially since I did it on the other eye. And of course, set the makeup, and now on to highlight. Yeah, just applying that on all of the areas that you normally would expect, so the cheekbone, the bridge of the nose, and the forehead. And yes, so that is the glam part of this makeup. Now on to the spooky stuff. Yes! So I'm actually got some face paints there, and these are water activated, so you will need some water with you. And just taking a small little brush there and getting some of that red, and basically using this brush to get that line work done, because this is going to be the hardest part of this tutorial, in my personal opinion, is getting this face paint just actually, you know, get correct and get in line, because it's very tricky. I struggled with this a lot, but then again, I was never good at art. I was always told I could never paint in the lines, and you will probably witness that a lot in this tutorial, but do you know what? You guys at home can all do a much better job at this. I am very, very sure of that. But yeah, so we're just continuing using that brush there and just trying to get as much of the areas done as possible away from the line work, so that we can now come in with our sponge. So yeah, we're just taking the sponge because this is so much easier to apply now. You see how quickly you can just get an entire half face covered in red. Now obviously you do need a lot of face paint for this, because you need to deepen that red, because that red there that I've got is coming out a little bit more pinky, but yeah, you just have to build the colour and just ensure that it is dark and deep enough, like blood. So that is what we're doing here. We're just continually layering it over, and yeah. I've been using a mixture of techniques for this, which is both bouncing, pressing, and also just swiping it down as well, because it's just easier. And yeah, I did cover my lips because why not? We need this whole area of my face to kind of blend in. So now actually going in with the black shade here and just touching up the line work there, just to make it a bit more three-dimensional and defined. Now, me going straight in with just pure black, now that I've looked back at it, I kind of can see why you may choose not to go straight in with black. Because it does not blend incredibly well with the red. It's a bit of a shock to the system. But I did realise this after and started blending out some red with the black, so that we could actually therefore create a bit more of a gradient and blend that out. So this is what I was doing at this point. It's just taking the red mixed in with a teeny weeny little bit of black just to darken it, and blending that through all of this line work, just so that it still has the depth and the dimensions, but it also blends well with the rest of the face. Because I think there's nothing worse than it not blending out and just looking like two harsh lines. So now you can see we're actually taking that again, that same kind of concept around the edge of the face, and then I saw the top and how it looked, and I was like, do you know what, it's not just for the top of my face anymore, and for that line work I want it on the rest of my face to look like that, because it looked really deep and gory, and I was like, right, this is what we're doing now. So we're just, you know, applying a bit more of the darker shade all over the face. So yeah, it did keep coming out different shades each time, because I had to mix it each time I did it, because you can imagine it dries very quickly, but you know, like, it just makes a little bit more difference. So I think every time that you do this makeup tutorial, you will get a different look and outcome. So now I just wanted to lighten up some of the different areas. So I actually got some white and again mixed that in with some red. Now this did come out a little bit too pinky, but you can totally mix in more red until you are happy with the colour. I just didn't really think and just thought that that would work, being my silly self. But it did actually in the end turn out pretty well, I feel. So adding this little bit of pinky tones to it underneath, because I also here go back in with some darker colouring again, and just allowing these different kind of shades and intensities all blend and mesh together creates a really realistic fleshy look, because your flesh is going to be that difference, you know. So now we're just finishing it up now with a sponge again. This has just got water on it and it's just to blend and buff out everything. Alrighty there, so thank you guys so much for sticking tuned to this craziness. Yeah, I know it didn't go to the best of ideas. I did accidentally get a few little smudges, but that's the fun of this makeup tutorial. You can make it your own, you can make it a little bit crunchy, you know, own it. And I'm actually quite happy with how it came out. Obviously my drips are not really that drippy, they're more chlory, but you do you know, make it. If you're, obviously I'm not an artist in any way of the sense, but I do my best and I like to do fun, easy tutorials like this because this did not take me that long. You know, this is a really quick tutorial. You can just do a normal face throughout the eye, however you would do your normal face, whether you want to go high glamour or you want to just go with a simplistic nude look. I went with this kind of more nudie look on my eyes. And again, you can make the face however you want. You can switch sides, you can do just eyes and like drip down from there, or you can completely just do less blood. You do you, and you know, make it your own. And if you do want to do this makeup tutorial, then you know, go for it and show me the pictures, because I would love to see how different people interpret this kind of tutorial. But yeah, if you are enjoying these tutorials for this month, then let me know down below. And if you have any other different makeup tutorials that you'd like to see from the channel, let me know down below, because I'm loving it so far. So yes, anyways, I hope you enjoyed this as always, and I will see each and every one of you in the next video. Peace out, witches!